What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the Riftbreaker. We are making our final approach, y'all, and it is time to get the last little bits and pieces dialed in. Now, first things first, I finally unlocked that minigun. Let's go ahead and get ourselves an extreme minigun. Additionally, I never made a nuke, so let's get a little nuke action as well. Is there anything else we want to go for? I may end up going for the plasma rifle next. Not sure. Or the plasma gun. We're going to have to see if I have enough time for the research. But we just did get a fatty upgrade for our minigun. Now, how do we want to mod this thing? Let's see. Well, we definitely want Pierce. Where is the Pierce here? Here we go. Target piercing enabled. What else do we want on it? It feels like maybe some ammo reduction. Oh, hit points gained per enabled. That seems pretty darn powerful. I think I'm going to put it on here because I may end up needing it on the last objective. And then what else? Let's see. Oh, we actually had a really good target piercing there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and swap this pierce off with the better piercing here. We'll throw that one on. Now, what do we want for our third? The heal is quite nice. Can go with more damage. Can go with ammo cost reduction, which is pretty huge as well. 20%, almost 21% ammo reduction seems pretty good. Projectiles per burst might be fun, just because we would get a lot of extra projectiles out of it. Let's see. Let's do that one. Let's go with the projectiles per burst and see how many more projectiles we can get out of it there. And then how about this nuke? What do we want to do with that one? Let's see. The crit chance on this one is 20%, so I could always go with crit, perhaps. Bigger splash. Bigger splash is never a wrong thing, is it? What else? We've only got 2 mod slots. I'm not sure what I want to do here. Well, let's go for the splash. We'll get the bigger splash damage on there. And then, additionally, I'm tempted to go for that crit, but I think just a raw damage increase would actually be more overall damage output. A 19% raw damage increase. The homing projectiles is pretty nice too. Let's just go with the raw damage increase, and we'll get a little bit more hotness on there. So I would love to be able to replace this plasma gun out, but I just don't have the research done yet, so we're going to have to see how it's flying here. Now, if we look over at our objective, of course, we still need to build our hyperparticle condenser, so let's go ahead and build that. Going to take 5 minutes for that bad boy to go.
Okay, we're going to have to wait some time for the construction to finish. This is a very complex piece of machinery.
All right, so I got the Rift magnetic stabilizers down. Now, the deal with these are you're going to need to have a magnetic stabilizer in the area to stabilize the Rift. You need 4 of these, 1 in each corner. You can't stack them too close to each other. Additionally, they are going to need a water feed. So we actually have a ton of excess water here. We're using 445, but we're collecting 700 per second. And this is going to need, what, only 25 per second. So not a huge drain there. So we can just tap right into the water supply, say here. Come over. Actually, I think we can just run straight across, right? We can run straight across, and then we need to get into this one as well. I'm trying to save as much room here as I can. And then this one, our 4th one, is already tied in. Now, additionally, we see we are going to need some supercharged plasma. It's going to be using 50 per second. Now, I did throw down some fusion power plants, so I am creating plasma. Now we've got to create the supercharged plasma. So we want to go ahead and check out some plasma converters. Now, we can go up to tier 2 on these. Let's see, how much plasma am I generating? I'm generating 300 per second. And let's see, at tier 2, these are going to use 100 per second. So I could get 3 of these down. Those do generate a ton of, or they take a ton of power too. Or actually, it's not too bad. So we'll be able to get those in, and that is going to generate our supercharged plasma. And then we're going to want to store a bunch of this. Now, the deal with this Rift event, you first get a initial quantity that you have to come up with startup. We're going to get to that point here in a moment. However, this item really, really drains it all. We're going to use 100 water per second. We're going to use 50 supercharged plasma per second. And we're going to use 10,000 energy per second over the course of 6.5 minutes. So it never hurts to have a ton of this stuff in storage. This is why I built all of these water tanks like this. This additionally is going to be why I am putting just a ton of storage here for our supercharged plasma as well. In fact, let's just go ahead and get that down. I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to need. I would have to do some quick math here. Let's see real quick. We are using... we're going to use 50 per second for 6.5 minutes. It's actually 6 minutes, but it usually goes a little bit long. So I just like to say 6.5 minutes to call it safe. That's what? That's 390 seconds. 390 seconds would be, what, 19,500 supercharged plasma? Is that right? That I would have to store up. And each one of these is going to hold 6,000. So 4 of them is actually more than enough. Now, we're going to bring that down, and we're going to bring it directly into here. Now, I'm debating, too, on throwing in some heavy artillery. Now, the heavy artillery is going to use the supercharged plasma as well. Now, I don't want to burn more than what I have, so I'm going to be cautious about that. How much does the heavy artillery actually burn? Let's see. It is going to use 25 per second, so that would be a pretty substantial amount more of the supercharged plasma. Now, how much are we up to now? You see, it's filling up quick. I mean, we're producing it, no problem. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and throw down one more tank, and then I'm just going to use one artillery tower, I think. One heavy artillery tower. And we can pop that into the center of our base. If you look at the mini-map, let me... let's see. Let's go ahead and scroll the mini-map all the way out as far as we can. If you look at the mini-map here and we go to place our heavy artillery, we're going to see the range on it is going to be quite large here. So, let's see. Where do we want to put it? See, if we popped it right there just to look at the range, it is going to be quite a range. Let's just go ahead and build one up here. See how it goes. See if it's worth keeping there. These things are super duper strong, though. If you can produce enough of that supercharged plasma to keep up with it, they are going to be crazy strong.
We have assembled all of the Rift Station components. We can start preparing the station for the power-up sequence. Walk onto the Rift Station to initiate a complete diagnostics check of all of the station's subsystems.
We can go ahead and get this diagnostic check going here. We're still going to have that attack coming.
Rift Station diagnostics. Ashley, in the meantime, please verify the list of resources that are necessary to begin the Rift Station charge-up procedure.
Okay, Mr. Riggs, we are going to need 3 primary ingredients to power up the portal. A starting charge that's going to initiate the sequence, a stable flow of supercharged plasma for the rift gate, and coolant to stabilize the station during the process. This shouldn't be that difficult with the infrastructure we already have in place.
It shouldn't be at all.
Diagnostics complete. Portal gate structure check. Okay. Power couplings check. Okay. Fusion field accelerator plasma conduits check. Okay. Hyperparticle condenser capacitor flux. Okay. Quantum gate stabilizer magnetron check. Error. Magnetic field unstable.
Oh no. We should have expected this. This planet's magnetic field is not behaving in a normal way. We won't be able to get off the planet if we don't stabilize the magnetic field around the rift station.
Now, of course, I planned ahead here, and I already did it.
Magnetic field stabilizers around the Rift Station.
Yes, we can do that, but this complicates the process significantly. Magnetic stabilizers require a lot of resources to be built. They use a lot of energy themselves. They require cooling, and we will have to place them around the portal, but not too close to each other. Ugh.
We can expand our external mining outposts to speed up the process of gathering resources. We can also use the orbital scanner to search for new resource-rich locations.
We might also have to rearrange the buildings around the Rift Station to make all of this possible. Well, as someone once said, you're not doing this because it's easy, but because it's hard. Let's get to work then.
Alright, so we get one more attack to deal with here.
I am rerunning diagnostics on the quantum gate stabilizer. All systems check. Magnetic field stabilized. Quantum magnetron operational.
That's great. We can move forward with the rest of the preparations.
Ashley, we have finished all of the necessary preparations for the Rift Station power-up sequence.
It wasn't easy, but we're there. It's hard to believe that we're finally approaching the moment of powering up the Rift.
Please keep in mind that once we start the power-up sequence, it is going to need some time to finish. We will have to maintain a stable flow of all of the required resources during that time. The starting charge is only enough to initiate the Rift Station power-up sequence. The energy consumption of the station is going to be extremely high during the entire process. Please make sure that our energy grid can handle that strain before starting the procedure.
We should build up additional reserves of supercharged plasma and coolant in liquid storages. If the Rift Station power-up sequence is interrupted, then we will have to cool off the station and restart the entire process.
The Rift Station is going to emit an enormous amount of high-frequency energy waves. We've already aggravated the local fauna with our actions. These emissions will be going out in a very large radius, so they will alarm all of the potentially aggressive creatures within kilometers of our base. We have to prepare for the strongest attack that we've ever seen.
Oh, we're gonna prepare.
Make sure that our base is secured from all directions.
This is going to be our final battle on Galatea 37. Let's make sure that we are ready before we push the button.
Danger! A hostile swarm is moving in on our base. They are almost upon us. Build more storage facilities.
It's got to get collected up, or caught up with all of the dialogue there. But we had an attack as that entire dialogue was going here. Now, we've got everything. You know, I've done this a few times now, so I'd planned ahead just a bit. So my objective now is to deck this place out just as best as I can. I want to put more and more mines around. It looks like we're actually going to have that energy weapon research completed, so we won't have any problems getting a bad boy plasma gun. We should be armed to the teeth and ready to go. I did add in quite a few additional defenses. I've got a bunch of laser towers added into the mix. And these guys are quite beast. I scattered them all throughout the base, so we've got them all over the place. Now, one thing about this event, you have to provide the materials throughout the course of the 6 minutes. Now, if you store enough materials, it doesn't matter what gets destroyed. So as long as you have enough stored, enough energy stored, enough water stored, and enough supercharged plasma stored, you are still going to complete the entirety of the event. So that's why I went overkill with all of this storage everywhere. And as you see, my walls are just really jacked up now. So we are in pretty darn good shape there. Now, I'm going to wait out this meteor shower here. Probably get myself that energy weapon, as that will be quite nice. However, I'm feeling pretty good about how things are going down here.
Can do some serious damage. Evasive maneuvers, Mr. Riggs.
We've got tons and tons of power. Additionally, we've got tons and tons of storage. I'm going to let my ammo fill up. I'm going to let, you know, as much as possible fill up before I start and initiate the final event, because it is the real deal. There's no doubt. There's going to be all kinds of baddies. Now, in addition to just massive, massive waves, we are also going to have 4 bosses rolling out with them. I actually had a real fun event on the last time I did this over on Twitch. One of the choices for viewers with the Twitch integration is an upcoming boss attack. And we turned the final wave into a boss attack, and it was already a boss attack. So there was bosses running around all over the place. It was quite beast mode. It was super, super fun. Now, sadly, I went way overkill with the minefields on that playthrough. I ended up taking the minefields all the way out to a perimeter about like this far out, all the way around the base. And it created just an enormous amount of lag, as you would expect. All right, we have got it. Where are you at? Can we make it? Oh, I don't have enough Rhodonite to make it. That's all right. We will have to tough it out.
It's like an interesting research specimen. We should go to its location and see what we can learn.
What do we got going on here? We had just a rando creep up on us. Let's just get that repaired up. We don't need it right now. I feel like we're ready to start the event. However, I do want to do one quick run around the perimeter right now before we get started. And then I'll run around the perimeter again after, and we can see what kind of devastation was brought onto the base and exactly how well the build held up. Let's get all healed up here. My mud pumps will probably get destroyed in the process. All of this out here will probably get destroyed in the process, and I'm ready for all that. Let's get a couple of nice, we'll get the nukes and the anti-gravity mines going out here, as they are both just crazy, crazy good. So let's get those all set up. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to run around and throw turrets during the entire event, just to try to get as much power as I can down. Now, you notice I got 100 available AI cores, so, I mean, I could really, really spam up the towers. In fact, I may add a few more artillery towers, just for a little bit of power. You know what? Let's just do that. Let's start off right here. We'll get a little bit more artillery down here. I'm going to ignore that boss that's on the map right now. Let's see. Let's just throw, like, 2 more artillery towers in, kind of at every area. That meteor shower did a little number here on my power and pumps. Get this stuff all repaired up. I think we're looking pretty good here. Wow. He did a ton. He did an absolute ton.
Titanium storage is full. Build more storage facilities.
Now remember, I've got that inner layer and the outer layer as far as the north side of the map goes. So anything that comes from the north, I'm just not even remotely worried about. Alright, now I wanted more artillery, right? Let's go ahead and get all the way out to the perimeter wall here. And see if we can't get a little bit more artillery in the mix as well. As you know, the more the merrier at this point. Let's drop a couple of them right there. We'll drop a couple more of them right here. A couple more right there. We'll just jack it up. Now, of course, I'm going to burn through the ammo with all these, all this artillery down, but you know, there is no greater kill than overkill, and I think this just might qualify. So we'll have to see how it all holds out here, of course. Let's throw a couple of them there. Coming down this way. We've already got quite a few here, but I'm going to keep throwing down more. We've got that little mini wave coming in, but it's just not enough for me to worry about. So they're coming in and they're smacking on my miners that are out there now. But as you see, I've got a ton of resources in storage right now, so not even sweating it at all. And we still got it flowing in.
A new technology has been developed.
So let's see. We're looking pretty beast mode out here now, I think. Let's go ahead and head down to this area. We'll just go way overkill on our artillery.
An energy connector has been destroyed. One of our buildings has been destroyed.
Throw a little bit more artillery there. And I think we got just about everywhere covered here. Man, that meteor really came in far, huh? Came in quite far Did throw a few repair towers around on the inside there, but I'm just not going to worry about it. Let me check this side area over here one more time. I think we're doing pretty good over here. Yeah, we got a ton of stuff over here. I mean, we can always add more. Actually, I never put any laser towers over here. Let's go ahead and get some laser towers down over here as well. We'll throw one there. Actually, let's just throw 2 there. I'm going to put another one. That's just going to get destroyed. Put another one, like, say, right here, maybe. Let's go ahead and get all our repairs off here. You know what? In fact, we should have a repair tower down here. There's no reason not to have one here, so let's go ahead and drop a repair tower, say, right there. That will handle all of that stuff. Let's drop one right here to handle all of this stuff. And I think we're going to be pretty good, y'all. We'll drop another one there. I still got 62 AI cores left, so, I mean, I could drop a ton more. Let me double check out here as well. Looks like we're doing relatively decent out here. I do have a couple of pipes that got tore up a little bit there, though. I'm going to keep an eye out on them. Now, are we still got the water flow going here? It looks like the water flow is still coming through there, so no real problems there. Let's do it, y'all. Let's go ahead and start up the final event in the game here. I'm going to just ignore that big creature that's rolling around out there. I'm assuming it is going to join the fight and come on up to the base. So let's do it. Here we go. I really should have checked my plasma here. Okay, we're full, so we're good. So we're going to have to wait like 6 to 6.5 minutes now. You see the counter going up, and there is going to be a lot of enemies coming in. So we're going to want to get out here and scrap it out and do everything we can to put everything down. Now, we're going to want particularly to pay attention to the bosses. And it looks like they've pushed all the way up to this wall first, so let's go on and head up there and give a little bit of an assist.
We've been here for so long. Every day fighting
for
survival. We are prepared for the battle. I know we are.
This is no joke here. I didn't wait for my ammo to go all the way back up. I've got plenty of resources though, so the ammo will be getting made as we're going here. Oh man, let's drop a nuke or 2 on these guys. Nothing wrong with nuking baddies, that's for sure. Let's see, and then now they're coming to the bottom. Now this is just the little bit that's trickling in. The big stuff hasn't even come yet. It's nowhere near. We're gonna have a lot of big baddies rolling out here, no doubt. In fact, let's go ahead and put that grenade launcher to work as well. We'll grenade launcher and nuke for a while. Let our minigun ammo regen, because the minigun and pulse are going to be a big part of my damage versus the bosses. So I do want to keep an eye out for them. And then just keep working on the areas. Now, they're still destroying all my miners out there. But it looks like a lot is coming in on the south side here right about now. So let's just go ahead and start, we'll start dropping nukes and wrecking faces. Now, I failed to put mines all over the place. I said I was going to mine the entire perimeter, and I only mined a very small area, so we are getting it, though. Our laser towers are getting us some action in here. Here's our first boss right here. Ooh, and right as I start to attack him, see if we can't get that guy down. Okay, the boss is down, and we are down. We see our southwest wall has got 2 bosses coming up to it. So I'm definitely going to want to get over and give that some attention. But let's get out here and see if we can't clear a little bit more of this and pick our nuke back up while we're out there. So let's grab our nuke, and then we'll get back in. I mainly want to get these range mobs down. The melee mobs are going to come up to the wall, and they're going to be in range of about 1,000,000 defenses. So they're going to get really beat up there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and head over here now. It looks like the bosses got owned. I believe the bosses got owned by my towers. That is good stuff right there, and I am getting owned as well. And we dropped a power fist that time. There's going to be a lot of deaths. You see, we're getting ready to tick to the 50, so we're halfway done with the event now. Let's go ahead and head back down here, put a little bit more work in. We still got more bosses coming, so it's 3 down. We're going to have at least 1 more. We're going to have to wait and see where it shows up at, but let's get out here and see if we can't help out with this pack over here. As actually, that's getting pretty thinned out pretty quick now, so I think we might be good here. I mean, we took a lot of damage there. It is a beatdown, no doubt, but we're still getting it done. Alright, so this side is looking good. Let's head back down to the very bottom, see if we can't help out a little bit more. You see, everything is putting in major work. We need to get out here and put in some major work as well, though. And we're out of minigun ammo, so let's go ahead and switch it back to the nuke and the grenade launcher. I should have looked at another better grenade launcher, too. I could have potentially upgraded that bad boy. And, you know, grenade launchers are awesome.
A new technology has been developed.
We are looking good. Oh, we just got the extreme nuclear mines. Let's drop a couple of them just in case something else comes back over here. However,
a new group of hostile creatures is
coming. Oh, no, we got one more boss. Here we comes. See how the boss likes nukes. The boss does not like nukes at all. Boss down. So I think that is our last boss. And I think we actually are almost already completed. We're at 77 of 100 now. We will have to clear the leftovers, but it doesn't look like there's going to be much. So, you know, once again, no greater kill than overkill. We decked this bad boy out and really just wrecked through this final event. And that's it, y'all. All we got to do now is wait out the timer, as everything is dead. Now, we lost power down here. Let's go check that out, just in case something else rolls in. Nah, we are good, everybody. We are good. So, that's it. The final event. It actually is quite chaotic. There's a lot going on, but, you know, if you deck out everything enough, you're just gonna mow through it. So we got tons of defenses out there. We look at our power. Our power is holding strong, still at 4.43 million in storage. So we're producing way too much. I stored way too much. I produced way too much. We've just got way too much. How are we doing on the supercharged plasma? We're still full on the supercharged plasma too, y'all. I probably could have put 2 or 3 more of these heavy artilleries down. You see, they were covering the entire north side. If you look at the mini-map and the range on it, when I'm targeting it and not targeting it. So, crazy good.
We are ready to open the two-way portal back to Earth.
We made it. It's hard to believe that this moment is finally here.
We are receiving signals from the Earth. Quantum entanglement with the station back on Earth is confirmed. You have to manually insert your personal Rift synchronization core to confirm the procedure from our side before the Rift portal can be opened.
There's so much diverse life on this planet. We've been here for so long, but have we studied the ecosystem enough to start colonizing the planet?
Ashley, your primary objective was to establish a two-way portal back to Earth. Studying the ecosystem is not a priority. Your quantum synchronization core is paired with an identical object back on Earth. The pairing is fragile. If we don't finalize the connection now, the quantum entanglement is going to collapse and destroy the Rift synchronization cores. If we don't go now, there is no guarantee that we'll ever be able to return to Earth.
So to finish it up now, as you see the timer ticking down, I got 40 seconds to get into the Rift and finish up the portal back to Earth. Now, the thing to do at this point is to do a quick save, because there is an alternate ending for the game, and the alternate ending would require you to not go into the portal. I did do a separate video on that already on the channel. I'll put it up in the cards below, or up above. However, we are going to do the intended ending and head back on in and back to Earth. So here we go.
Audio transmission incoming.
Congratulations, Riftbreaker Novak. You've secured Galaxia 37 for colonization. This is a huge step forward for all of humanity. Our expeditionary forces can start building up a colony. This planet has an abundance of natural resources that will enable our civilization to thrive for centuries to come. Your bravery and persistence will serve as an inspiration for future generations of Riftbreakers. The galaxy is full of planets that are waiting to be discovered and explored. Our new home on Galaxia 37 will allow us to go further than we have ever gone before.
And there we are, y'all. That is the end of the Riftbreaker. Now, I gotta say, anyone that's on the fence about picking this game up, I just cannot suggest it enough. It is such a wonderful, wonderful game. I've enjoyed it quite a bit. The Twitch integration is amazing for live streaming. And speaking of, I'm going to be streaming quite a bit of survival mode and then additionally another campaign over on Twitch as soon as this next update hits. Now, I'm going to be doing some survival before then. However, there is an update coming that is going to make the campaign, particularly on brutal difficulty, a little bit more brutal. So anxious to get in and check that out. But that will do it for this episode and this series. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.